So I'm I'm announced as Joost Ochtjens. Actually, Jozef Ochtjens. It was somewhere on the sheet. No, well, it's Jozef Ochtjens, but in short, it is Joost. It's a Dutch name. So I'm born in the Netherlands, but I'm representing today Luxembourg. Let me have a look at Luxembourg. Well, what we do first, of course, we are going to talk about mobility. We are going to talk about the mobility issues, challenges we have in Luxembourg, and also, of course, about the solutions we provide. But I would like to start with a short introduction to Luxembourg, the country. And if I'm good, yes, here we go. Business meets living quality. So Luxembourg is, in fact, a country where it's very, very nice to live, and also very, very nice to work. Luxembourg, maybe you know, maybe not, but GDP per head, per capita, is the highest in the world. So we do quite well in terms of business. I could speak 10 minutes, 50 minutes, 30 minutes about Luxembourg, but this is not a tourist fair. So we are going to talk about business and mobility business. This is what Luxembourg is. We are bordering to Germany, to France, and we are part of the Benelux. So the Lux from Benelux is Luxembourg. If you have borders like Germany, if you have borders like, you have neighbors like Germany, France, you learn how to do business across the border. And that is something we do a lot. We do business across the border. We think cross-border. Actually, the borders are not there anymore. But Luxembourg, traditionally, historically, is a country that is expanding a lot to other countries, doing business in a cross-border mentality. Luxembourg, maybe you know, it says a leading financial hub in Europe. That was the case and still is the case. But today we are doing a lot in technology, in manufacturing, and in logistics. Our challenge, and now we are talking mobility, is to get 200,000 cross-border commuters to Luxembourg. People coming to Luxembourg to work from Germany, from France, and from Belgium. And they mix with a lot of traffic, trucks, for the logistics industry and, of course, for the manufacturing industry. Of course, we have to free up road capacity. How do we do that? With the usual tools. Invest in public transport, invest in more trains, invest in more buses, of course, zero emission. But, and that is specifically in Luxembourg, or specific about Luxembourg, we invest a lot in accessibility and multimodality. And I will show you what that means. And last but not least, public transport is free of charge since March 2020. So it means really every train, every tram, every public mean of transportation, you jump in a train and you get off free of charge. And that helps, of course, to motivate people to use public transport. About cars. We have millions and millions of cars in Europe. We have less than millions in Luxembourg, it's a small country. But I need to say we really love our cars for many good reasons. And one of them is that a lot of people do not live in larger cities. They live in the countryside. So they need a car for the mobility in and around the place where they live. A car is a good solution for that, but a car is not such a good solution for commuting. So we are looking for solutions where people, leave their houses with the car, but then change from the car, from personal mobility to a public transport. And that is actually car ownership meets mobility as a service. That is actually what we are doing. So we are not saying car ownership is bad and we develop a mobility as a service, a mass solution, a platform. We are saying both solutions are good. Both solutions deliver a lot of advantages, but we need to balance better than before, the pros and cons of the several solutions. And that is why we say we have a new mobility balance. So this new mobility balance is about finding a way how to optimize usage of cars and to combine that smartly with public transport, but also the smart last mile solutions we have and we don't have, because this is also at the same time an invitation for innovators to come to Luxembourg and see where we have the gaps and where you can help to further improve our system. Let me have a look. There we go. So I'm going to keep this short. There are a lot of innovations that will help us to optimize this new balance in mobility. pick and choose the innovation you want to develop or you can develop. It's this, and it's of course more than that. These are just examples of solutions we need to further improve this new mobility balance. Let me have a look. What are we offering? On the downside, let me change. So Luxembourg as a mobility living lab. So see us as a place where we are going to create this new and better balance than we see in many other European countries. See it as a living lab and see where your innovation fits into the system. This is about use case partnerships. So there are a lot of companies in Luxembourg that are eager to test, to try your innovation and to see how it fits into their system, into their position in the market. So this is all about use case partnerships. We provide a lot of R&D partnerships. The first three are public, but on the right side you see, well, it's a message. There are a lot of private companies with R&D and with R&D infrastructure that are happy to collaborate with you. Meluxina, I have to change again, side. Meluxina, it's our national supercomputer. So if you need supercomputer, national supercomputer means that we have no, how should I say, no profit target for selling services from this computer. This computer is built to support startups, scale-ups, people that need supercomputing but are not yet there to buy or to basically build their own supercomputer or work with commercial offering. 5G, early 5G. We are building an automobility campus. We partner with a number of companies here in Luxembourg with us. One of them is basically the owner of that track, that is Goodyear. Goodyear is having a large innovation and R&D facility in Luxembourg. They have this track. A number of Goodyear people are around, so if you want, we can talk about that. But they are not the only one that offer services or are willing to collaborate with developers using their infrastructure. And last but not least, the University of Luxembourg in computer science, one of the top 100 universities in the world. Finally, summary slides, use or utilize our digital R&D infrastructure. There are a lot of partners to work with, use case partners, R&D partners, talent. We talked about the university. We provide a unique mobility living lab and offering excellent access to the EU, the European inner market. So the idea here is look at this new mobility balance, see where your innovation fits into that system, build your demonstrator and see how you can use the demonstrator to further develop your business in Europe. Thank you very much.